Alright, so we're going to be changing a starter on a 2010 Nissan Maxima. So first thing you're going to do is take 3 bolts off the front here to take your air intake off. Just pull it up and out. So we're going to pull the battery out and probably try to move the bracket for the PCM and maybe the battery tray out so we can get to the starter. Right here we're doing a voltage drop test on the ground side to verify it's not the problem. I forgot to do it when I diagnosed the vehicle earlier. You'd be better off going to the starter to do the voltage drop on the ground side, because the starter is the part that wasn't working. I was more concerned with the battery cable to the engine connection, not so much the starter to the engine connection, because it's got such a large surface area. The battery cable is bolted to the transmission. It's underneath the battery tray and everything on the transmission, so it's difficult to get to. And the starter is kind of deep down there and difficult to get to as well. So that's why I just went to the engine just to kind of rule it out. Yeah. All right.
All right. Do you need anything?
No.
Okay, try it now.
Try it now?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
What's it doing?
I was trying to see if it's just kind of searching. I don't know if I let it go.
Did it give you a reading?
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad ground. I'm trying to that bolt. Keep searching. It should be. Alright, try it now?
Try it.
Yep. Alright. Yeah, I think you're fine. We're not getting any like high numbers or anything. It's like 10 millivolts. If you had a bad ground, you'd have a voltage measurement between the ground and the engine, but I mean it's only like some millivolts, so that's not the problem. 'Cause, I mean, you'd see like, I don't know what you'd get. You'd probably get a couple of volts at least.
Right.
Also, generally, if you have a bad ground or a bad positive cable connection, when you go to start the vehicle and you either turn the key or push the start button, whichever it is, when the starter goes to crank, it'll draw all the voltage that's available, and usually your lights will go out, or the computer will shut down, or your dash will go black, and you'll have to turn the key off and then turn it back on to get anything to come back on. So that was kind of another reason I didn't think it was a connection issue, is because none of the lights were going off. We had all the lights, all the accessories, and everything worked except it didn't crank.
Is this here?
That's only a little bit.
Yeah, true.
So we're looking at probably like 13 millimeter for the tray.
Can't believe how rusty it is after you really take it apart. Look at all the corrosion on the frickin' the oxidation.
Yeah, salt.
Yeah.
Salt gets to it. That's 13. That's 14. Yeah.
What do you need? Oh, you got it?
Yep. So the battery tray bolts are all 13 millimeter.
What is that thing?
This is your engine computer.
That's a computer?
Yeah.
So we kind of got to be careful with that.
Yeah. As long as you don't step on it or something.
All right.
That guy's gonna be tricky. Oh, come on. So, I think we'll take out the air box.
Okay.
And we could probably get, because this bracket for the tray is hooked into the air box. So we gotta take the air box out.
Okay. What do you need for that? Oh, there's like a clip here for the ground.
Huh?
There's like a clip here for the ground.
Oh yeah, that plastic.
Just a holder.
Yeah. So that's a 10 millimeter back here. Coming out.
Is it? Is it just?
Let's just turn. Alright, so there's one bolt and then two kind of nipple
Oh, they
things.
just kind of sit in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Acorn shells.
No way.
A little bit.
What? Yeah. Look at. Unreal.
Alright, so let's see. Starter's right here.
Wait a second.
Clamp off. Well, I think this is an amp clamp actually.
A what?
I think it's like an amperage clamp.
Really?
It measures the amperage the vehicle's drawing. It changes which alternator it puts out. So it's not like an alternator that puts out all the time. It's
Okay.
variable.
Damn. Got it, or which way you want to go with it?
Might have to come out this way.
Okay.
And another one underneath.
What? Where?
Trash it here.
No way.
That's just
There's one there and one there. Or there's one here, probably one on the back side.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm gonna start shaking here pretty soon.
don't worry about it. I said, don't worry about it. Oh, hopefully they come out.
You got them?
Yeah. Short.
Yeah, there's one here. Oh yeah. Look at that thing. Oh.
Yeah, come.
You guys see what I'm doing? Sorta. So anyway, there's another tray right here, and there's a bolt on both sides that the battery tray bolts onto, and it bolts to the side of the uniframe. So take these two bolts out, and then we should be able to get at the starter. Get this in here.
No, not enough knuckle.
place right here. Right?
There's a bracket with this metal.
Is it what?
There's a metal bracket that this wiring of the PCM is connected to. It's, where's it come out? Those are 10mm.
Knuckles.
I'm gonna use the wrench.
Those should have come off first. One of those should have come off first. You had the bracket to hold.
Yeah, it probably would have helped, but I might not have been able to get the ratchet in
Yeah,
there.
true.
Because I gotta kind of move,
Yep.
pull it away. Now it should come out.
Lower battery box tray. Stick this in there.
Oh, look right there. See wire?
Yep.
It's all burnt out.
What does that mean?
That's what goes to your starter. So you got it goes down to the solenoid, and then this wire here triggers your solenoid, the start circle,
Yep.
and it comes out of the solenoid through that wire that's all chewed up and burnt out.
So it's probably the wire?
Well, starter.
Oh, the starter would make it do that?
Well, it's not. It's all one piece.
Okay.
It's like you'd have to have it rebuilt to fix that.
Oh, okay. So the new starter should take.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious how you're gonna get that thing out of there.
Ah, you shall see.
Sure.
Actually, I don't know.
That's what I mean.
We'll make it happen. You must press forward to the future, not back to the past.
10.
Yeah, that's 12. So, here's your starter. You're gonna hook this wire first, and pull this back, and get the terminal off. That's 12mm. And then I believe the top bolt will be 14 right there, and I think the bottom was 17. I'll let you know when we get there. So right here on the other end of this plug there is a nut. So the way I diagnosed this, first of all, the starter was clicking a little bit, but it wasn't starting. So I put the positive probe off of the multimeter that I have on this terminal when I went to start it, and I got power there. and I did that to verify that everything on the car side was good and that the problem was at the starter. Now the problem can either be a bad connection through the terminals that go to the starter, or it could be a bad ground, either on the battery or on the ground that's on the block. I believe the ground is right here on the transmission. So those are some variables that you might have, but I know a lot of the Nissan issues are if you got the steering lock module that's not letting you start it. That's a way that you can tell if it's the steering lock module, because you won't have power on this wire when you go to start it, if it is the steering lock module. In the fuse box, pin 80 is the wire that goes to this wire here, and I can show you where that is. So I mean, it's an easy access to it without having to reach down in here, and then you could test there. And if you have power there, then it's making it through the places it's supposed to make it through, and your only question would be if there's a broken wire between the fuse panel and the starter. I'll have that. Let's see. It's 13. Size is this? 12. And bring up. Okay, so that top bolt is a 14.
I don't think it's on.
Yeah. Well, it's on there. It's on.
This thing is on?
Oh, that?
Oh.
Yeah, that's on.
Oh, okay. Oh, man.
Oh, it's on there, good. Let's see.
Hey.
A little extra oomph. It's good and tight.
Is that the bolt that's holding that starter in?
Yes.
Really? You're...
How are you even in there? I'm in there.
Wow.
It's the art of the weasel.
Yeah, guess what? You're going to have to be a Houdini to get the...
Alright, so there's a... I wonder if that's a 14 also. The bottom one doesn't feel very big.
Really? Why would they make two different sizes
On
a starter?
I don't know. I've seen it before, but I was looking at a write-up, and that's what they said.
Really?
But I don't necessarily believe them at this point.
Yep.
It doesn't feel like a big bolt like that. Yeah, I don't think it is. So I'm pretty sure that bottom one is a 14 also.
Okay.
It's, you can see it, it's like towards the front of it.
Yep. Wow. How are your knuckles not all torn up?
Oh, you keep them out of the way. You open-handed.
Yeah, but still. Man.
Oh, I've smashed my knuckles a time or two.
Cool.
I don't even know what you guys are looking at. Back of my hand. They're like, it always makes me nervous when they're tight like that, because it's like they're either going to snap or they're going
Right.
to come out. And then it goes pink, and it just, oh, nice and easy. It'd be tricky to get in there with a welder and weld a nut on it.
Yeah.
That's probably what you have to do. I believe there's only 2 bolts that hold this on. Let's see. I don't know if you can see this. There's the first bolt. Maybe you can see the socket. See where the socket is? And then, yeah, the other one, you can barely see it through here, but you can see it if you look down to get the socket on. Top and bottom one. Let's see if we can get this out. I guess first we got to get it to come loose. Do you have the other starter?
Yep.
Just so I can make sure that there's only 2 bolts. If I pry on it. Alright, so we got a little corrosion in here. Just gonna poke this sideways to kind of wiggle it free. Let's hope that this just wiggles right out.
You ain't ever getting that
Now,
out.
come on, you want me to get it out of there, then I can fix your car. There you go.
Unbelievable.
Oh, here's your starter. So this right there was the problem. See how it's all burnt up right there? It's all kind of melted. That's probably with that sizzling. Remember I told you I could kind of hear it sizzling?
Yep.
Is that
What makes it do that?
just corrosion, salt and stuff?
This is what I returned for the.
Yep, yeah, that's for your cord.
Just like this is fine?
Yep. You can kind of see sort of the orientation of where your bolts are. And this right here, I mean, here's the hole that it came out of, like right through here. I've had parts go I got lifetime warranties on, and they'll replace it once.
Oh, so lifetime warranty on the first one.
Yeah. Because we went there and it's like, oh, so I think it was a caliper or something like that, and I warrantied it, and they're like, okay, your warranty's up because we only lifetime the first one.
I'd be so mad. And they Houdini.
And it's like, here's the same part that died in a year. But at least you get one free one out of them.
Right.
That wire is a pain. You know what I should probably do? Take some emery cloth and clean up that hole a little bit. Some corrosion in there. I have a hard time pushing that in flush.
In the starter hole.
Yeah, because it fits around this ring here.
Oh.
And because it was kind of stuck in there to begin with. I don't want to like have to force it in with a bolt.
Oh, I got you. How the heck do you get your hands in there?
You gotta wiggle.
Oh, I just, oh.
half this job is just working by feel. I'm just cleaning up the hole around where the starter was because it was kind of stuck in there. So the new one goes in smooth and I don't have to try to force it in.
That's in?
That's one.
Really?
So
Freaking incredible.
I'll take this guy. I can get the washer off. Is there another washer? Nope. So this emery cloth, I'll clean this up a little bit. I don't think I have a problem. It looks like it's pretty clean. So the new one's 13 millimeter, but the old one I think was 12. I don't remember.
14, I thought.
14.
Oh no, that was the starter bolt, sorry.
Push that back on. This will go in. There's that. And yeah. Let's start putting it back together.
There was no other post on that?
No, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, just the one post here and then the plug-in one, which is nice with the plug-in one.
Yeah, I
Because you don't have
suppose.
to mess with the little screw. So
Okay, now, who can remember how this goes?
I thought you were all paying attention.
Breathing out of a bag.
Now, I think this goes in first. Alright. So, what do we need? We got the two bolts over here for this bracket.
Oh yeah.
Just pull that off. I wonder if that just slides out of there. If you can just slide it out and then slide it, bolt the bracket on and slide it back in.
Kidding me.
I wouldn't have been able to get in there with it on, but I think I can bolt this on and then we can
You can slide it in.
slide it
I
in.
gotcha.
So rather than have to
Yeah.
fight in
Sure.
between it. Hopefully we can do that, otherwise I'm putting it on and taking it off twice. Yeah, because I had a hard time getting between this
Oh, I see.
and the bolt
Yep.
initially.
Yep. Want me to grab something?
That worked.
No kidding.
As long as he can bore it, that's all I care about. But yeah, I was actually looking up the business, and I saw he was in Hot Rodder magazine. They did an interview with him. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Where does this go? Seemed happy that I was actually measuring everything. He's like, the fact that you're actually measuring all that stuff is awesome.
Well, you know what? Half the calls he probably gets it from kids.
Yeah. Hey man, can you rebuild my stuff for me?
I don't know. I just want it fast.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I didn't want to have to get machine work done. That's why I was measuring.
Yeah,
so
right.
And then I didn't want to get told, oh, by the way, you're out on this, and then I don't know I'm out on that because I never measured it. And it's like,
Right.
well, am I?
Exactly.
I never have good luck hiring anybody to do anything, so I always like to cover my bases if I can. Or at least know what's going on before someone tries to tell me something I don't know.
Because I don't really have a truck anymore.
Oh yeah, I could do all that.
Just tell him what you want. He'll tell you what forms to grab.
Yeah,
Last summer. I think it was, no, the summer before. Him and his brother went and did a house foundation.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't figured out where I want to put the thing yet.
Right.
I'll have to get a picture of it and then take a picture and try to Photoshop a garage into it and see
Yeah,
where
right.
it looks good. That. It's the big tray, right? I didn't miss anything, did I?
No, I don't think so. You get the one back here?
Yep.
No, that's it.
This guy.
That spun around. Remember looking at that. That's for the...
Oh yeah, the tab over here.
Yep. Yeah, see?
That. Spools
Yeah,
to
that
this.
one's in there.
Slots on there.
Yep, just like that. Yep.
They got a lot of bolts in this tray.
I don't know why.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts to hold that little plate down.
That's what took forever.
Yeah. Oh, that was for that. What does that go to? I forgot it goes to the bracket back there.
Get this here.
What's that?
Oh.
Oh, that was from the starter, right?
Oh, the old starter?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Was that the nut off of it?
Huh?
I think that was the nut off the starter.
I'll bet you it was. Yeah, it actually looks like it.
So, if anybody had been watching any of my videos about the Cummins rebuild, I had called a machinist about it. He said it's going to be about $500 to bore and hone the cylinder. So, in the next probably couple weeks, I'll be bringing it down there to get that work done, and then we can move on with the rebuild. that back on. That's in. Those are in. So we're just gonna put the intake back on and plug that in and it should be done. So, this is lower. So, got these little tabs in on that one bolt, you know.
Oh, yep, you're right. And that thing's sat in that little saddle on the. What did I do with that? That drill with the brush on.
Oh, I don't know.
I did something with it. Got a big drill.
Yeah, try to find one of them little tabs somewhere. There's three little tabs in here that gotta line up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's gotta go in a certain way, I guess.
Oh, yep. Yep, it's positive. I don't know what I did with that little cordless drill with the little brush that was in it. When I put my battery, when I cleaned the terminals. I thought it was on that bench. Does that spray really work? The red stuff?
Oh, but the protector?
Yeah.
I think so.
No. Do you put that on after everything's on?
Yeah, you like spray all the
Okay,
terminals.
that's what I didn't do last time. I did it ass backwards. It's that one that's a pain. Look at all the stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Brand new battery. Could that have been from the way that starter was?
I don't know. People say it's from like a bad ground or something.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure why. I know all of my wife's cars did it. All of her Nissans did it.
Really? Okay. So
And I added grounds. I did everything you could think of for the
Yeah.
thing, and it still did it. So I just cleaned it every once in a while. It actually ate right through the bolt on one of
Really?
the terminals one time.
that's what I'm worried about.
I went out there, her car wouldn't start, and I opened up the hood, and the bolt was eating right through.
Because I got another one of these,
Yep.
and it was the wrong one.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Oh, so that's the original one then.
That's the original stuff.
Yeah. I'll try to get another one then. So.
Yeah, see what a pain in the butt that is? You got this whole thing back together in an hour.
That's good.
Wow.
Well, hopefully it works. Let's give it a try before I put
Yeah.
the gearbox in. Oh, wait, let me grab it. I'll just stick the gearbox. One more piece. This. So there's two different size screws. The smaller one goes in the middle.
Oh, wow.
See if it starts.
Oh, boy.
Fingers crossed.
What? Whatever you want to do. You want me to turn it off or leave it on?
Yeah, you turn it off.
Oh my God, dude. Thank you so much.
No problem. So
Wow.
inside here, I'll show you where you can check your wire.
What's that?
Remember when I checked the wire?
Yep, yep.
There's a lot of people don't know what their problem
Okay.
can be.
Yep.
So this one here, this upper right one right there, this is pin 80, and this pin is this wire is the one that goes to your starter. So if you put your multimeter on here, positive to there and negative to your negative terminal, and you go to start it, and if you get power on this wire, then it's going down to your starter, and it shouldn't be a computer issue inside your vehicle. It should be an issue outside, either the starter, the powers, or the grounds to the starter. So that's what that is. I believe this is your starter relay as well. I'm not exactly sure, but all right, this one right here that's missing is the one that everyone pulls out once they get the steering module unlocked. So that's what you got going on in here. So that's how you change a starter in a 2010 Nissan Maxima. So hope that can help somebody. If not, let me know what I did wrong, and as always, I thank you for watching.